Okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening, angels. So the topic that we are talking today is very interesting. It's like my life is my making. So whatever you and I have created so far for ourselves, it's all your and my making. हमने उसको जैसे बनाया वो बिल्कुल वैसे ही बना, किसी और का इसमें कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है. So let us focus on this from a different perspective altogether. So listen to this whole thing carefully. Okay. So human experience is 100% manufactured within us. Okay, if you have any doubt, just clear all your doubts. Human experience, the experience that you and I have as a human being. If you think you are a human being, only then this applies to you. Otherwise, it won't. Okay. So human experience is 100% manufactured within us. There are many examples of how one person can be thoroughly enjoying a situation while another person is immensely suffering from it. This shows that it is not the situation that matters, but how you and I handle it. Okay, situation still remains the same. It's the way you and I handle it that gives the experience to you and me. The kind of experience that you and I have about any situation is dependent on how you and I are relating to it. You know, in the last session on NLP, we were talking about that everything that you think is real for you. Everything that you say is real for you. Okay, so your reality is your own creation. Nobody is responsible for it. It's you and only you are responsible for all the experience that you are having in your life. It's your making. Event is there where it was. Even jahan pe tha waise hi hai. It is exactly just like that. The meaning that you are making out of that event is your making, is your meaning, your interpretation, and that is impacting your way of living. Okay. So we created something called heaven. Interesting. Heaven. हमने एक चीज बनाया ना, heaven. Now what is heaven? I just want to have a quick definitions from your thoughts that in your reality, what heaven is all about. Quickly, we have to move fast. So in your
Yeah.
reality, what heaven is all about.
Heaven is the place where we go after we die, and before dying, we have done some good
Yeah,
deeds.
don't say we. It is about you. You
Yeah,
think
yeah. If
that way.
I have done a good deed, and after I die, I'll go to heaven. Is what
Good deed.
we
Okay.
are made to believe.
Okay. Good. 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 Yeah, Pallavi.
For me, heaven means the place where everybody is happy and enjoying his life, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Ashwin. What according to you heaven is?
Yeah, all I mean, a place where all good people go. That is what we are understood. I
Mhm.
mean, I understood.
Okay. Yeah, Kruti. What according to you heaven is? Okay. 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 Fine. So yeah, Ramesh. What according to you heaven is?
Well, heaven is a space for me that the souls go to when you've done good deeds. It's a place where you enjoy, you are happy, or whatever you wish for, you get. It's a
Okay.
wonderful place, and then you come back and to this earth to continue your journey to self-realize.
Okay, okay, okay. Talk it in in first person. Okay, don't talk like you. Say I.
Sorry, I
It's your
yes, I go
reality.
to heaven with good deeds. Yes, I when I finish my bank balance of good deeds, then I
Uh-huh.
come back to the earthly plane to continue my self-realization journey for ultimate liberation. And once you get
Okay,
liberated, you don't go to heaven again. It is like you're always in bliss and you go beyond heaven.
okay. So again, you is coming. So
I'm
replace you.
sorry. Once I
Yeah,
once I
replace you with I.
self-realize, yeah, I go beyond this, and I go beyond the heavenly planes.
All
That is
right.
what my
Okay.
understanding.
You know, when you say I, everything changes. You know, all of a sudden you start focusing on yourself.
True. True.
Yeah, Milind. Good evening. So what
Hi, good
according to you?
evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. Okay. So definition of uh, Swarga, yeah, heaven,
Hmm.
for me is if I translate that word in Marathi, which is my mother tongue, swarga. Swar is sound. Yeah. It is like in singing, swar. Ga means gana. Yeah. Singing. Okay. So swarga is basically, swarga is basically for me is what's the dialogue which is happening inside me. Okay. If that is positive, if I'm feeling good, I am in heaven right now, here and now. Okay. If my inside is not this thing, I'm absolutely in narco. Okay. So it is not, it is again from my spiritual background. It is not somewhere after death or something. It is here and now. If something happening within me, okay, if I'm connect to my God, my Sadguru, or what happening dialogue in me, if it is giving me happiness, I'm here and now in Swarga. If not, then definitely I'm in Nark. No one can give me any external this thing. Yeah, that's my definition. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So we'll start a new
Okay,
journey from here. Yeah, Pallavi.
Milanji and me are on the same page.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
nobody's on
In
the
fact,
same
I
page.
should also add myself to that page.
Yeah,
Milanji has
nobody's on
opened
the
my
same page. It's all in your reality, you know. When you
Yes.
say in your own words, when Milind says, Milind is saying it in his own words, Ramesh is saying in his own words. Words differ, though it feels that probably that the idea is the same. Okay, good. So here we'd like to take a quick break. Everyone should be on camera quickly. Quickly. So everybody should be on camera. You need to make sure that whatever you want to look on camera, just make sure you look like that. And we will look at the camera then. Once you are clear with your screen picture, your screen show, we'll look at the camera. Yeah, Deepa, quickly. Quickly. Okay. So yeah, wonderful. So Kruti said she can't come on camera today. Okay, good. So what we will be doing, we'll just look at the camera now, not on the screen. Make sure you look on the screen as you want to look yourself. And look at the camera now, and we'll count 1, 2, 3 together. We'll freeze at 3. Okay. So here we go. Look at the camera. Keep your eyes wide open. Make sure it is not shut while we take the picture. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Absolutely awesome.
Thank you so much, sir.
So let me just put it on the screen on the WhatsApp group, and we are done. So let me come back. So what we're talking about is that we created an identity called heaven, you know. And but if you notice carefully, it is fundamentally a marketing ploy, isn't it? Every pleasure and leisure of life that you could dream of is available at its best in heaven. However, you must understand that you go to heaven only after you die. Yeah. But when you die on this planet, they burn or bury or cut your body and put them to birds as per the respective rituals. Well, all these heavenly luxuries are only to satisfy your body, isn't it? Everything that you're thinking about heaven, it's all about your body. Now, what happens when we go to heaven without our bodies? Yeah. So then there is no proof if such a place at all exists. So will you still keep standing in the queue to heaven for the rest of your life? It's a question you must ask yourself. Okay. Don't need to answer right now. Just think about it. Okay. However, this is one thing that we can create for the planet we are living right now. We should eat good food here. We should float around like angels here and finish all our lustful longings here only. We should not become sick dreaming that something is waiting for us up there. Okay. The geometry of our body and our chemistry are closely related. How we hold our body determines how we breathe, walk, move, and think. Our emotions and other things function within us based on how we hold our body. See, on this earth, all your experiences are with this body only. Everything that you are experiencing on this earth. on your journey on this earth. Like sometimes I call that we are a spiritual being on a earth journey, on a journey
Human
on
experience.
on a human journey. So spiritual being on human journey. That's it. So as per our known resources, earth is the only place in this entire cosmos where you and I can survive. And probably I are the only intelligent beings available in this entire cosmos, because you and I have not come across any yet. At least I am not aware of any. Okay, some of you maybe, I don't know. At least I am not aware of any. So if there is any place called heaven in this entire universe, probably that is on Earth. So there is no life in other planets. Or there may be some life, but at least we don't have any proof of that. Even if you want to experience life over there, we have to take this body only. This is the only vehicle that we have, which probably we can put in any vehicle to go to that place. Okay, move out of the gravity and then reach there, then land there. That is the only possibility you and I have. Okay, so the geometry of our body and our chemistry are closely related. How we hold our body determines how we breathe, walk, move, and think. This is a very important statement. How you and I hold our body determines how we breathe, how we walk, how we move, and how we think. Our emotions and other things function within us based on how we hold our body. इस vehicle को हम कितना importance दे रहे, कितना संभाल के रख रहे. This vehicle has multiple parts. Like this is a part which has a software, there's a hardware. Okay, so now each one of us have the necessary awareness and intelligence to be conscious of how we hold our body, but we rarely apply it to ourselves. We rarely apply it to ourselves. One of the most comfortable generation ever, ours is the most comfortable generation ever we have. Imagine about your forefathers. Just go two stages back, 2 generations back. Probably 2 or 3 generations back. Just think about them, how their life would have been. Even to collect a bucket full of water, they would have need to go to the nearest river after getting up in the morning. And some of you are not even capable of doing that. You travel, say, almost a kilometer to get a pail of water and come back. That was their life. And today we just open the tap and it's there. The kind of luxuries that you and I enjoy today. Imagine about your forefathers. 3 generations, 4 generations back. What was their life? So we are having the most comfortable life today. Most comfortable life. We can eat whatever we want to eat. We can even store food. We can store food for an entire year. Get disconnected from the world outside and still can manage our life. It's possible today. Okay, so we can communicate. Imagine about all these great saints like Rama, Krishna, Buddha, when they were giving their sermons, when they were talking, probably only 8 to 10 people were listening at that point of time. Today, you and I have the luxury to talk to the entire world. That's the luxury that we and I have. Imagine the quality of life that you and I are having today. Okay, so ours is the most comfortable generation ever, but not the most joyful generation ever. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Most comfortable, but may not be the most joyful. By changing the outside situation, we can create comfort and convenience, but we cannot create well-being. So everything was outside situation. You know, like for example, like if your Zoom connection is not working, for example, or probably you do not have Zoom on your mobile or on your laptop, you cannot connect to this session. So you install it, you have it there, you can create inconvenience, but you cannot create well-being out of it. Okay, so we are talking about external well-being. चलो मेरे पास Zoom नहीं है, मैंने Zoom install कर लिया, so I have access to the external well-being. But how is it impacting the internal well-being, the well-being of this body? How much I am paying attention to it? That is going to define the quality of life that I am going to have on this planet. Okay, so human experience happens from within, and that there is an entire science to address this inner well-being. So Ramesh, I was talking about inner thing the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about. We are talking about only inner well-being and outer well-being. Outer well-being I can manage by buying things, by procuring things, material things. What I'm talking inner well-being, the well-being of this vehicle. The vehicle which is allowing you, vehicle which you are driving, you are the soul sitting here. If there is something called soul. But your journey on this planet is completely dependent on the vehicle that you are driving. This is the vehicle that you are driving. The day you leave this vehicle has no importance. But as long as you are in this vehicle, how much care you are taking for this vehicle, or what you are doing with this vehicle is giving you all the experiences that you have today. So your life is the way you are making it for yourself. Okay, so this is what we are talking about, that human experience happens from within, and that there is an entire science to address this inner well-being. Ironically, the irony is our education system is not teaching us anything about ourselves. We are taught about the worm, the butterfly, the plant, the globe, and other galaxies, but nothing about ourselves, our mind, our mental well-being, our emotional well-being. We are not taught these things in the school.
It's only superficial.
Yeah, सिखाने वाला नहीं है, स्कूल छोड़ घर पे ही नहीं सिखा रहा.
Yes.
As parents, what we are doing with our children, we ensure कि वो क्लास का होमवर्क जरूर करें, बट अपना होमवर्क उनको कौन सिखाएगा करवाने के लिए? The homework on yourself. The home that you own, उसके ऊपर वर्क कौन करेगा? This is the only home that you own, probably on lease only for a certain period of time. That's the only home that you have. You do not live anywhere, by the way. The only place that you live is this. Rest is all your external well-being. It's all for your external well-being. सर के ऊपर एक छत चाहिए, so I am creating a home. You don't need 4 bedrooms because you cannot sleep in 4 bedrooms together, right? And this is the only place where you can sleep. इसको लग्जरी हम देते हैं थ्रू एयर कंडीशन, इसी को लग्जरी देते हैं थ्रू एयर कूलर, इसी को हम लग्जरी देते हैं थ्रू अदर मीन्स. But what is how it is going to impact you internally? That is the meaning that we are making out of it. So every event that is happening, like we are making a meaning out of it. That meaning is giving you all the experiences. Okay. So the meaning that we are making is out of the information, the knowledge that you and I have. The irony is that you and I don't have, or we are not being taught about our mind, our mental well-being, our emotional well-being. हमें कभी सिखाया नहीं गया, बताया ही नहीं गया, तो सिखाने की बात तो दूर. We as human beings have created problems and often glorify them to others who can't do anything about them. How many times that you and I are glorifying our own problems? People are glorifying their own problems. आजकल मैं बहुत स्ट्रेस में हूँ, मेरे साथ ये प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, वो प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, ये नहीं आ रहा है, वो नहीं आ रहा है, ये नहीं सुन रहा, वो नहीं सुन रहा. People are glorifying their problem to others, to them who also have similar experiences in their life. They are also waiting कि तुम अपना कब बंद करोगे कि मैं अपना चालू करूं. You have glorified your problems. अब रुको, अब मेरा भी सुनो. What I am going through, just listen. My husband is like that, my wife is that, my boss is like that, my subordinates are like, my driver is like that, my Kudawala is like that, my plumber is that, my landlord is like that. My car
They
is
get
like roads are like that, and everything what I'm talking about is my. Where is I? I kahan gaya?
like a temporary relief from sharing it.
Yeah. Okay. So we as human beings have created problems and often glorify them to others who can't do anything about them. This is the nature of human being, and nobody has enough in this world. Service, sacrifice, selflessness are all con jobs today.
That's what I think, Pinaki ji, if you look at the modern education system, isn't it an outcome of the industrial revolution? Because earlier in Bharat, we actually had the Gurukul system, which was more advanced when it comes to sustainability and happiness quotient.
There are still Gurukul systems there. Gurukul system abhi bhi hai. There are some schools जहाँ पे Gurukul follow किया जाता है.
But not like before, no, where you have a proper guru who has gone through some self-seeking and self-realization
See, if you look for
activities.
them, they are still there. अगर आप
I
ढूंढोगे
see.
तो मिलेगा जरूर. ऐसा नहीं कि वो completely vanish हो गया.
Oh,
They are still there. You search
you mean
it.
in the same format they were they were there in the 1700s? It's still there?
Yeah. आप
Oh.
ढूंढो तो मिलेगा जरूर. See, the point is that the Gurukul that you are talking about, they don't publicize. They are not in the publicity business. It's not possible that they are not there. Definitely they are there somewhere, maybe some remote place. Okay, so let us come back to the current session. So this is the nature of human being, and nobody has enough in this world. This is a major problem with everybody. You don't have enough. A person who has $100 billion, even he also doesn't have enough. उसको उसके ड्रीम उससे बड़ा है. So whatever you have, you take your dream to the next level, and to take it to the next level, you need more. Not only in terms of money, but in terms of also other things, maybe time, maybe attention, maybe people. So nobody has enough. People who have enough, you won't find them around. Probably they are living in some remote place, because that is enough for them. Okay, so however, we can expand our greed towards everyone's well-being, and that we can work towards it. I'm talking about a faculty called greed. So if you notice carefully, you are greedy about something. You're always greedy about something. It's not. I'm not saying greed is not a good quality or a bad quality. I'm not saying that. In fact, greed is good as long as you are utilizing it for some good cause. For example, if you're collecting money for a good cause, I'm greedy about it. Greed has nothing to do with negative or positive. Greed is just a characteristic, just a feature, a quality to have something which you want desperately. When we listen to the word greed, the first impression that comes to us is this is something which is not good. It doesn't have good vibrations. This is not true. Even being selfish is good, as long as you being selfish for something good. Being greedy is also good, as long as you are greedy to do something good. Imagine if you and I can expand our greed towards everyone's well-being and work towards it. आप उसको क्या बोलोगे? . It's selfishness beyond a certain limit, where you are actually thinking about well-being of not only yourself but also about others. The way you are focusing on yourself, that this is what I want, how about thinking about making it available for others also? Those greeds are awesome. There are different nations, races, religions, skin colors, and that we are all trying to make everybody like themselves. Instead of that,
But if it is for everyone, then we normally don't use the word greed, no? It's altruistic desires and all that. Because greed, we have always been told, is one of the human anarthas. Lust, anger, greed, envy, jealousy, pride.
Yeah, so we consider them as bad because we are trained like that. We have been given.
Yeah, we're trained.
हमारा वही सिखाया गया है.
जी.
See, if I have lust for reading spiritual books, what's wrong with that?
True. One purifies these emotions by turning it towards the higher purpose.
It's like money is like, if somebody has a lot of money, often we think that probably a big chunk of money is coming to him from some negative sources or not so good sources. But that is not true, isn't it? So for all other creatures,
come again, please.
See, if someone has a lot of money,
if money is coming from,
if someone has a lot of money, often we think that, see, I am working so hard, I cannot make this much of money. How come the other guy is making this much of money? That means definitely something wrong there. He must be making those monies through some other means, through some wrong means. Because I am applying all the right means, still I can't become rich or as rich as the other person. So does that mean that money is not good?
But suppose he earns the money through adharmic means.
See, you don't know how that other person is making money. If you're thinking that, we're thinking that. If today, if I talk about, say, ISKCON, or say Ramakrishna Mission, or say Bharat Sevastra, they are also minting money in crores.
But they're not cheating people or causing adharmic, like for example, a real estate person.
That is the point. That means you can make money. There is nothing wrong with money. Money is nothing wrong. What is wrong is how you are utilizing it, where you are putting it in.
Correct.
Same with lust, same with selfishness, same with greed. आप उसका application कहाँ पे कर रहे हो? That defines that whether it is good or bad. Love, how you are utilizing or experiencing love, that is going to tell you whether it is good or bad for you or not. There is nothing wrong with self-love also.
But how can you apply love in a negative way?
That's a good question. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
There are even negative feelings of love as well. Negative feelings about love as well. Okay, it's a different topic. We'll discuss it later. So let's settle here. So now listen to this carefully. This is very interesting. For all other creatures, nature put two lines between them, which they live and die. There are two lines between which they live and die. But for human beings, there is only one, which is bottom line, no top line. That is what we are suffering from. If we were fixed like every creature, we wouldn't be stressed. For all other creatures, nature put two lines between which they live and die. So they have something like their life is limited. There's the bottom line, there's the top line. They don't cross the top line. For human beings, there is only one bottom line. There is no top line. There's no limit. That this is what we are suffering from. If you and I were fixed like every creature, we wouldn't be stressed. हमारे लाइफ में स्ट्रेस का कारण क्या है? All other creatures are like stomach full, life settled. Right? All other creatures. Look at all other creatures in this world. Stomach full, life settled. However, for human beings, stomach empty, only one problem. Stomach full, 100 problems. This is simply because we are not paying attention to handle our own faculties.
Yeah.
You got a supercomputer. It's here. In fact, this entire body is a supercomputer. So you got a supercomputer, but you did not read the user manual. मैं पढ़ा ही नहीं गया, कॉलेज तक भी पढ़ा नहीं जाता.
Where can we get it? This user manual.
Neuro-linguistic programming is one of them. So this is all your problem. हम लोगों का जो प्राइमरी प्रॉब्लम है, उसका प्राइमरी प्रॉब्लम का कारण मतलब the primary reason for all the problems that we're having in your life is just because of this. We got a supercomputer and we do not have a manual for it. Or even if there's a manual for it, we don't have time to read it. Nobody has ever taught us इसको ऐसे पढ़ा जाता है. This is all the problem is. Since you woke up today morning till this moment, your body has been doing its things, and that this is why you and I are alive. Okay? Since you got in the morning, the physical activities, mental activities, emotional activities, and energy activities, all are happening on their own. ठीक है? ये चारों एक्टिविटी अपने आप चल रहा है.
जी.
Right? All are acting on their own. How much of these 4 dimensions of activity we have performed consciously from the moment we wake up this morning? 4, I'm talking about 4 activities. ये चारों activities अपनी life चल रही है. The physical activities is happening inside our body or outside our body. Mental activities, emotional activities, and energy activities. The energy exchange which is happening. Apart from these 4 activities, we are not doing any other activities. These are the activities. As long as this body is there, we do only these 4 activities. We are involved in these 4 activities. The funny part is all these are happening on their own. So most of the time we don't pay any attention to this. And these are happening unconsciously. Now imagine if they can happen consciously, what's going to happen? So the funny part is that hardly less than 1% activities that you and I do, we do consciously. It's less than 1% that you and I do consciously. These 4 activities: physical, mental, emotional, and energy. Less than 1%. And that everything will look accidental if we are not conscious. So because we are not conscious about these activities, all of these things are happening in an accidental mode. They are all happening like accidents. Because you have no
What
control.
percentage of mental is on autopilot? You said 1%, but how in
Almost
mental thing?
99% of it in autopilot. Because you and I don't even pay attention to it.
So 99% is not our thoughts, it comes from elsewhere, is it?
No, they are all our thoughts, but not in our control. We are not controlling those thoughts. Thoughts to aa rahe hain. When you are taking shower, when you are brushing your teeth, even when you are talking right now, the words that you are using to express yourself, everything is happening because these thoughts are automated. Whatever you are saying, how you are saying it, where you are getting all these words from, because they are all in your experiences. You are thinking about those experiences, you are connecting your thoughts with those experiences, and based on that, you are looking for the appropriate words to express yourself, and then you are saying those words to express yourself. You are using your hands, your legs, your eyes, your ears, your all other parts of the body to do the activities that you need to do. Certain internal organs you have control also. You can control them physically. Some of them you can't control. They are completely in their own. When you consciously breathe, notice when we go for meditation, what happens? The person who guides you, the first thing that he says is, sit straight, relax. I use that, let the place where you're sitting in, let that carry your weight. So when I take meditation sessions, I start with this. The place where you're sitting, just let that carry your weight. So I'm saying you don't carry your weight. Wherever you're sitting, let that place carry your weight. Whether it's a chair, whether it's a mat or whatever, whether you're sitting on a bed, let that carry your weight. That means I'm inviting you to relax. When we think हम कैसे अपने आप को relax करें, we think about that also. कैसे अपने आप को relax करें. So this is what the conscious part of it. And then you are being advised, breathe in, breathe out. Take a deep breath. Now you are breathing consciously. Otherwise, how are you breathing consciously? Do you breathe consciously? No. It's all happening on its own. Okay. So less than 1% is what we do consciously. Rest, everything is happening accidentally. It's not in our control. Anything which is happening which is not in our control is called accident. That's the definition of accident, by the way. So zaruri nahi ki all accidents are bad. So more than 99% accidents are good. Less than 1% accidents are probably bad when you hurt yourself. Okay. Physically hurt yourself. There are emotional accidents also, mental accidents also, which are happening anyway. And you are probably constantly hurting yourself when you're not even aware of it. Okay. Like love.
What are examples of emotional accidents?
Love could be an emotional accident. Because of love, you are happy. Because of love, you are not happy. Somebody said, I don't love you, and you are not happy anymore. Though the word love is being used. The experience of love is being expressed. Yeah, somebody just comes and tells you, Ramesh, I love you. Now Ramesh will start wondering, what happened? Why this guy is saying? इसका मतलब क्या है, मकसद क्या है? एकदम से प्यार उजाड़ना शुरू कर दिया भाई. What's going in your mind?
What do they want?
Yeah, हो गया ना love. So it's all your interpretation, how you are taking. Yeah. Yeah. So let's come there. So everything that is accidental, we want to attribute it to some other force elsewhere. हमारे लाइफ में जो भी एक्सीडेंट होता है, what happens? We say That it is not because of me, it is because of somebody else, something else. I didn't expect that you will talk to me like this. So I'm not responsible for it. It is you who is responsible for it because you talk to me like this. So that it is being forced, the force is coming from somewhere else. I'm not responsible for it. So everything that is accidental, we want to attribute it to some other force elsewhere. This must stop, and that we must understand that there is no other force. What is happening with us right now is entirely our making, karma, as we call it, as some call it. Whatever may be happening, we may be able to logically figure out why it is so, or we may not be able to figure out, but still we know one thing. If this is happening to me, this is my making, period. I am a result of my own karma. So if you want a definition of karma, it is as simple as that. You don't need to look for a dictionary or ask some guru ke bhai karma kya hai samjhao. Whatever you are doing is your karma. Whatever you are interpreting about whatever you are doing is your own interpretation. It is that what is making you who you are today. Whoever you are today is your own manufactured product. गॉड ने आपको मम्मी के पेट में डाल के दे दिया था. जिस दिन आप उससे बाहर आ गए, इट्स योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. It's your responsibility to breathe. It's your responsibility to cry, to tell your mom that I am hungry. Your responsibility begins the moment you are out of your mother's womb, period. Okay? So this is the greatest empowerment you and I can have when we understand that our life is our making. My life is my making. Only I have the answer to my most important question of life on this planet. How I will make the next moment, tomorrow, and my future in the most beautiful way. इसका जवाब सिर्फ मेरे पास ही है. Because ये मेरा ही सवाल है. It's my question. So only I have the answer. Nobody else can give me the answer for this. Because my experiences are my own experiences. My karma are my own karma. Only I know what I have done in my life till date. Only I know what I am asking for when I am asking this question. That how I will make the next moment, tomorrow, and my future in the most beautiful way. Because when somebody else is giving this answer to you, that person is giving the answer from his own experiences. वो अपना लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस से आपको बता रहा है. So that can never match yours. Even if that sounds exciting. Because you have to make it happen for you. So only you know what you can make happen for yourself. Okay. So let me end this with something very exciting. Each one of us have two great faculties. Listen to this very carefully. Each one of us is blessed with two great faculties: a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. The Supreme Creator has given these two faculties only to human beings. Humans are the only creature who have this quality called being. Being word is not associated with any other creature on this planet. Can you ever think of lion being, tiger being, earthworm being, or parrot being? Only humans have being. Only you and I can be happy, be sad, be unhappy, be not sad. And all these four are different experiences. They are not the same. Being sad and being unhappy are not the same. Being confident, being not confident. Being excited, being not excited. Being encouraged, being not encouraged. Being empowered, being not empowered. Being motivated, being not motivated. Being inspired, being not inspired. Only you and I have this unique feature called being. Humans को ही खाली being वाला चीज मिला है. And you and I are blessed with two great faculties: a vivid sense of memory, because we can memorize and we can go back to our childhood. A vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. You should be proud. You know, if there is anything, any moment, if you think that things are not working in your favor, always remember you have these two faculties. And by the way, these two faculties every human being have, but it's unique for each one of them. This is from where our journey of inner well-being starts. Each one of us is blessed with two great faculties: a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. Let's make best use of them to make our journey on this planet an enlightening one, both for self as well as everyone around us. Can't we do it? That's why I say that the only time you and I have is from now till you and I go to bed tonight. So like for me, the only time that I have is from now till I go to bed tonight. That is the only time I have. I do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. I do not know whether I will get up tomorrow morning or not. But once I go to bed, it's completely in the control of my subconscious. It's not in my control. When you're in deep sleep, you have no idea what is happening. Do you know when you're in deep sleep, you do not need any AC. You do not feel anything. No hot, no cold, nothing when you're in deep sleep. Because your entire conscious brain goes to sleep. Your organs, the input organs, they don't work. They all go to sleep. Your eyes, your ears, your smell, your taste, your touch, all the feelings, they all go to rest. So switched off. You don't know whether they will be switched on or not next day. So the only time that you have is from now till you go to bed tonight. So let's make best use of the two great faculties that you and I have: a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. Let's make our journey on this planet an enlightening one, not only for self, but also for every person around us. So that's all I have to share with you tonight. And I'll also share the source from where I created this presentation, this talk. I'll share it with you. That will be even more amazing. So for now, if you have any question, you can ask me. If you want to share anything, you can share. In fact, this session has nothing to do with asking questions. It's all about sharing from your own life. That you see that how you manufactured your life till now. आपने कैसे अपने आप को तैयार किया, अपने दिमाग, अपने लाइफ को तैयार किया. How you made your life. And whatever you are thinking about yourself, whether these are great faculties or not so great faculties, good things happening with you, not so good things happening with you, don't get into those details. Wherever you feel you are stuck, खाली अपने आप को एक ही सलाह दो, that I am blessed with two great faculties as a human being, a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. So I can do anything. So if I am going through a breakdown state, it's all my creation. I just need to figure out what led me to this breakdown state. And then I look back. Let me use my vivid sense of memory and fantastic sense of imagination and come out. How can I make best use of these two faculties and come out of this breakdown and create a breakthrough in my life? Wherever you are feeling low in energy, that's a breakdown state. You only need to switch on the switch, which can create a breakthrough in your life and you come out of the breakdown state. Okay, so if you would like to share anything, please share. सेशन कैसा लगा वो भी आप बता सकते हैं. I know you are all in a meditative state right now. This is meditation actually. I know that I took you into a meditation state. And it's a very deep level of meditation. Very, very deep level of meditation. It will take some time to come out. But since your eyes are open, you are active, so it won't take much time. So,
Well, the ability to,
yes, Ramesh.
so, what you said was very profound, that we have the ability to change our state or to become aware from this very moment onward. You don't have to wait for some special time. But when you ask the question, what have we done to ourselves? I mean, how have we managed this life? When how have we brought it to a breakdown, or have we had breakthroughs? I think many times the way of being, at least as human beings, we generally tend to focus on the negatives, because that's how we overcome them for eventual self-realization. So maybe there have been more of breakdown tendencies developing than breakthrough tendencies. Otherwise, at least for me, I would have been in a different space if I had focused on my breakthrough tendencies. So now is the time to change.
Yeah, one thing that you can always do, that there's nothing called negative. आप मान लो नेगेटिव वर्ड आपके डिक्शनरी में है ही नहीं, अब आप उसको कैसे एक्सप्लेन करो?
Right.
Yeah, so that's a very powerful way to start. Instead of using the word negative, you can say not so positive. Even that is also one way of saying it. But imagine there is nothing called negative. Then what is possible? You can say, this is what happened. What can I do about it?
Right.
Or how I can do certain activity, how I can take certain steps so that I can bring the whole thing in my favor. How I can use my two great faculties, a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. I already have these faculties. ये मेरे से कोई खरीद लेके नहीं जा सकता. Nobody can snatch it away from you. The more I polish it, the more I shine it, give shine to it, the more I can make not only my life amazing, but also for people around me. See, imagine if people around you are having an amazing life. After life, kaisa hoga?
Yeah, definitely. It'll rub off on me.
See, infection. We often think that infection is something wrong. Infection is not wrong. A smile is infectious.
Yes.
So if people around you are not experiencing positive energy in their life, what will happen to you? They will infect you with that. If they're experiencing positive energy, then they will infect you with positive energy.
Correct.
Now you can say that since they are not in a positive energy, but I am in positive energy, and positive is always positive.
Yeah.
I can change my environment. Once I see, this is where I am talking about being selfish, being greedy to make someone else's life better.
Right.
If people around you are experiencing better life, we have no choice but to live a better life.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Very true.
What is my intention to take these sessions? I'm not getting paid for it. None of you are paying me for this. Neither I asked you to make any payment to me. The only intention is that I want to ensure that I am surrounded with people of high vibrations, high energy, high physical activity, high mental activity, high emotional activity, high energetic activities. I want people to make best use of their two great faculties: a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination.
Thank you so much, Pinaki.
Yeah.
Sir,
Milind,
how can we shine it? I mean, how can we make better use of these two faculties?
Ashwin, starting point is replace V with I.
Got it.
That is the starting point. Once you reach the starting point, then taking the race is not difficult. Like imagine you are running a 100-meter race. Now, if you do not get set on the starting point, you really do not know where you have to go. So when you are on a 100-meter running race, you have to make sure that you are there at the starting point. It is not we are there or not. There is a difference between sports and games. Sports are all individual activities and games are all team activities. आपको पता था ये?
नहीं.
देखो, मुझे पता था कि आपको पता नहीं था, है ना? So sports are all individual activities, games are all team activities. So when you're in a 100-meter race, your life is your race. Whether it's 100 meter or 100 kilometer or 100,000 kilometer, it is up to you. But you have to run your race with your own body, your own mind. Nobody can run that for you. They can run with you, but they cannot run for you. If they have to run for you, that means you are gone. They are carrying your body and running. Or maybe you are sitting on a wheelchair and they are pushing that wheelchair. So, step one is I. Step one is first person. You got that?
Got it, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, Milind.
Can you hear me, Pinaki ji? Yeah, good. Yeah, just unmute. Yeah. So yeah, it was meditative state. Actually, I went into because you touch the topics which are really dear to me, which normally I say here, since I stay here, I always speak to my son and my wife in that terms, like because of engineering background again. It is a 3-dimension, I show with the fingers, the whole world, the people here and everywhere, they talk about the problems only because they see the world only in 2 dimension. Okay, only in 2 dimension. They are not touching that 3rd dimension, which actually you touch today in this session. If they start thinking from that 3rd dimension away from their body and mind, which we did today. So that's why I said it is a less the reading session or less of your NLP session. It is more on the meditation side because you touch those points basically. When you say the 2 dimensions, like this thing like memory and this thing, that means again you are going beyond the mind and observing yourself, which is itself is a meditation. So Pinaki, thanks definitely for that one. And yes, I like the very last point which you mentioned, that yes, that is the exactly reason me here, I connected with you here, I connected with Ramesh here, is exactly the same. We are on different part of the world, absolutely different time zone, everything, but the way we connect is actually exactly the same reason. I want to surround myself with all these brilliant minds. That's why every morning I put you the message like angels. And again, I took that particular this thing from one of the movies in which the whole world is fed with these angels, and I'm fortunate that I connected with you all. So thanks Pinaki ji for these sessions. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Milanji, and same to you too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Kruti, would you like to share something? All right, you want to put a message? Good. You can put in the group. You can put in the WhatsApp group. So that's it for now, gentlemen. That's it for now, ladies, and for all the angels around me. Thank you for making my life, enriching my life in every possible way.
Thank
Had
you.
not been here, I don't know whom would I have been talking to this evening. So thank you for enriching my life.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
We should say
everyone.
Let's
thank
have a
you.
great life ahead.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night. Good night.
Thursday session, I will let you know whether I will take Thursday session or not. I just need to work out certain things. Okay?
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good
Good night. Good
Thank you,
night.
God bless.